welcome back to another episode of Open Spaces with Siera Vernice. Y'all, I'm feeling good. What they say, feeling good, living better. I am so hyped. I actually have like double screens on me today, so it's a lot happening. But I also got my audio. So what's up, audio fam? Y'all been locked in A1 day ones. Period. Y'all, I am off of an Alani right now, so I just randomly got a burst of energy. So forgive me if y'all feel like I'm too turned right now. Listen, I'm trying to make it through the rest of my night because I got to record this podcast and then I still have to jump into homework mode. But I decided to jump on live to do like a live podcast, showing to my TikTok people because I've been doing some things on TikTok. We're going to get into it. I'm going to get right into my recap, which obviously we talked last week. Much hasn't changed. I've literally been trying to keep the same momentum, trying to continuously show up for the things that I said I was going to do. And yeah, I am doing great. Like, might I say, I am doing the damn thing. And I'm very proud of myself. I'm back in the gym, even though I didn't never really stop the gym last week. I just had a bunch of stuff that I had to do. So, yeah, I just took a couple of days off. Y'all, how was I about to forget? I went to go see Trey Songz, y'all. 10 out of 10 experience. One thing that I wish was a little bit different or that he could have did more of was actually performing more songs, because I just feel like for it to be a 20-year, I needed more songs. I needed more love-making songs. I was supposed to be crying my heart out, singing my lungs all night long. Granted, I was singing. I was hooting and hollering all night. Don't get me wrong. But I just felt like it should have been more songs. But I definitely appreciated the experience. It was fun. Loved it. 10 out of 10. I would do it again. I just need him to come with more songs on his set. So yes, that did happen last week. What else happened? I feel like that's pretty much it. It's finals week in school. So I am trying to get through that because y'all already know your girl is sick and tired of being in school. But, still got to do what I got to do because I got goals. I got things that I want to achieve. But, yeah, that's all that's been happening. This is probably the first weekend that I am not working at my part-time job and I get to kind of just chill. But I'm probably just honestly going to be doing stuff for my business and making sure that I'm showing up and planning things that I need to plan to put into place. I have, I'm sure I'm going to talk about this too. I have been posting consistently on TikTok for the last 28 days. Today is 28 days straight of posting. Just really like, I started a series. I didn't know what to do, but I told myself, I was like, I'm going to just start telling people what I'm doing every day. Like, I feel like if you want to try to get into content creation, social media, and you don't know what to post, just start, especially when it comes to TikTok, just start telling people your business. They love to be in your business all the time. So, hey, there's people jumping on a live right now that just want to see what I'm talking about. But, yeah, that's been fun because honestly and truly, it kind of is like one of those, y'all know how I've been talking on a podcast. I've been wanting to really start doing the things that I said I was going to do and being intentional. So TikTok is a place that I wasn't really like a fan of when it first came out, but I was like, this is a great place to build community. And to know me is to know that I've been trying to build my life coaching community for some time now. So I was like, what better way than to jump on TikTok and, just get these people to know who I am, what I'm about, how, I move and navigate. So that's been fun. I was originally shooting for 30 days, and now that I'm at 28 with 2 days left, I might continue it or I might just start another series. I haven't decided yet, but I'm so very proud of that. And then that's pretty much my recap. So I'm going to jump right into, the first segment, because my brain, I don't know what's been going on, but I think because I've been so intentional and so focused on the things that I'm trying to do, when it comes to certain thoughts, they just don't be there. They do not be. I be like, yo, bruh, I be in mid-conversation with my friend and I'll be trying to explain something to her and then she'll finish my sentence. I was like, thank you, because I'm glad you know. I don't know, maybe I need to have a mental detox from everything. And I have a brain dump in my Notion notes on my computer, and then I also have a notebook that I write down just random stuff. But I've been stumbling over my words. What they say, glitching. I've been glitching, baby. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. but I need to figure it out because and y'all might hear me throughout the podcast. Listen, Boogie, I'm trying my hardest. So we're going to get into the first segment. And of course, y'all know the first segment is Align and Reflect. We're always going to try to reflect on the things that we are doing on a weekly basis. I honestly like to reflect on a daily basis. There I go. There I go, glitching already. I like to reflect on a daily basis because, and it's not like super intense, but just that I have a good day, that I do everything that I said I was going to do. I look at my focus list and I'm like, okay, well, I did X, Y, and Z. I could have, pushed a little bit harder to do this, but my body needs rest, so I'm gonna just let it go. Something quick, nothing too crazy. But for the weekly Align and Reflect for the podcast, I always try to ask y'all a question, is always myself, because I answer them while we're here, and I never have the answers. I always kind of read the questions and give y'all the honest and authentic response. But this week I decided the question could be, what aligned decisions did I make that I'm proud of? And I kind of just went into it, but the whole staying consistent on TikTok, showing up, building my community for my life coaching business, that has been something that I am very proud of. Like, I get on them videos and they be quick, like maybe a minute long. Sometimes they be 3 minutes, depending on if I'm just bumping my gums, if I got a message. It depends. But I am so proud. Like, one thing I could say, I've always known that the things that I wanted to do in life were possible, and I know that I could have done them, but to really continuously show up and literally do the damn thing that I said I was going to do, it's so like rewarding, it's refreshing. And if I had any message to give to anybody when it comes to, really being proud of yourself when you accomplish something that you literally maybe didn't think that you were going to accomplish, or knew that it was going to take a lot out of you to accomplish, it is so refreshing. It is so rewarding to say that you're going to do something and then you act on it and you show up and you do what you said you're going to do. I tell you, chef's kiss, 10 out of 10. Very proud of myself about just being good. And literally, when I tell y'all, it's a quick video, like, hey y'all, it's day such and such, and da-da-da-da, this is what I got to do. Like, simple, quick stuff. And it's like, I told myself before, I didn't never have a problem with content creation. Like, you asked me, ever since I was a little girl, I was always in the mirror. And once cameras became like a more popular thing and phones came, put me in front of one. I am a diva at heart. But it's also like that imposter syndrome, and that, oh, I don't know what to post, or oh, I don't know, get out of your head. All of that is just distractions. It's just stopping you from trying to get to what it is. So if you are somebody who's like, I want to get into content creation, and I really want to be able to tell my story or show people my life, or whatever it may be, right? Whatever your reason is, because there's a bunch of different avenues you can go through when it comes to content creation. Just start it. Just start showing up for yourself. Start doing the things that you said you were going to do. I tell you, when you stand on that integrity, when you show up for your life the way that you imagined, the way that you want it to be, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Highly recommended. That is definitely the one aligned decision that I made this week that I'm super proud of. I literally just got my insights from, I think, Instagram, because I've technically been posting on all my platforms for the last 30 days. But TikTok is the series that I'm doing, just telling them what I'm doing day to day. I'm not doing that on Instagram or anywhere else, but I'm still posting my content consistently on those platforms as well. So definitely, that's my aligned decision. Feel free to answer the question. If it's something that you said you were going to do and you ended up sticking to it and you're proud of it, let me know. You already know. Again, I do have the people on live, so if y'all are answering, I'm not paying attention because I'm actually recording the podcast for my YouTube channel as well. If y'all are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure y'all go subscribe, because what are we doing? And if you're not following me on here, follow me. So let's get right into the topic, y'all. I have been loving the structure of how I've been trying to stay focused on the podcast, because y'all know we used to be on here talking for hours, and me and Kenya actually are recording tomorrow, so I'll be back in the office tomorrow, which is why I'm not doing I usually batch record two solo episodes with myself, and then I record a bunch of content. But I'm gonna be back in here tomorrow. As y'all can see, like, I'm fresh out the gym And for the people who can see me on the visual, the audio, I know y'all can't see me. Y'all can go to YouTube too and subscribe, because yeah, I'm trying to get on a better schedule with uploading the visual to YouTube after the audio comes out. But I'm a one-man band. I'm only one person, so give me grace. But yeah, I look a mess, but that's just because it was hot outside today. Then I just came back from the gym. So yeah, I'm gonna get glammed up and dialed up tomorrow, and we'll be back with another episode. So this week's topic is about setting boundaries. This is a topic that I've talked about several times in short form content, but it's a conversation that we need to have. Boundaries are so important, and I remember when I didn't have boundaries. And I still feel like my boundaries aren't as strong as I need them to be in certain aspects, but I struggle like completely with being the people pleaser. And for the people on the podcast that's been listening for years, y'all know I would bend, break, do whatever I needed to do for the person to be satisfied, so that the person wouldn't, leave, or the person wouldn't feel like, oh, I'm a bad friend or I'm a bad girlfriend, like whatever, right? I always used to make these scenarios up in my head as if that me simply saying no, or me simply not feeling like being in a certain situation was good for me. I thought I just had to suck it up and shut up, right? And I actually made a video about this as well that will be coming out in the next coming days. We were never taught, especially as females, and I can only speak for me as a Black female. Growing up, we've never were taught that we don't have to take everything that everybody requires out of us. We don't have to take the disrespect. We don't have to take the devaluing of ourselves. We don't have to take the bullshit. Like, excuse my language, I'm working on it. We've never been taught that. I've never even remember having conversations about how to even deal with interpersonal relationships growing up. So let alone knowing that, oh, I'm supposed to have boundaries. I'm not supposed to let people lie me down across the floor like I'm a rug and step over me. Oh, wow. I wasn't aware. I didn't know anything about that. So it's like me going into my 30s this year. It's like, okay, I literally was a doormat. You ever get that feeling when you think about some situation that you was in and you look back and you be like, what was I thinking? Like, oh my. But it's like, how can we be mad at ourselves when we weren't taught to have boundaries? We weren't taught to stand up for ourselves. We were taught, even as kids, taking it back to childhood days, we were taught, you're the kid, this is the adult, you do what they say, and that's that. You don't have no say-so. And it's unfortunate because we don't get trained or taught how to transition from, okay, now you're an adult, so now you make the rules out of your life. Now you have to set the standard and the boundaries in your life. No, we still thinking that we supposed to let people do whatever they want to do to us. No, it is so important to have boundaries. And when I tell you, when I first, it's not that I didn't know what boundaries was 5-6 years ago, because I knew what they were, but how to actually apply them into my life, non-existent. Even when it comes to relationships, and we're going to get into it all. I literally start making a list, and I think I still have the list in my phone. I can't check it now because I'm on live, but I used to have a list, because I don't even go in it now, because at this point, baby, I said what I said. The rules are the rules. You can either roll with it or you can get out, because I'm quick to, it ain't nothing to cut that motherfucker off. You can go, bye-bye. Yeah, I don't play that nowadays, but I had a list, and I want to say I started the list either 2022, maybe 2021. I don't know. It was a certain period of time, a certain period of life where I start to feel like I don't want to deal with this. Like, and I'm very strong in that today, where it's like, if I don't want to deal with it, I'm not going to. If I don't like it, I'm going to express it to a person if that's the situation, and move on. Like, I think we were so conditioned to believe that we had to tolerate bullshit, that we had to tolerate the disrespect, we had to tolerate, even when it comes to relationship. Oh, I'm gonna stick beside him. Oh, no, you're actually miserable and you hate your life. Why? No, we're not doing that. So I had to start getting them. If you don't have them, start a list. That's the easiest thing that I can tell you to get started on having boundaries. If you don't have boundaries, It's arm day, y'all. It was arm day at the gym, and my arms is looking a little husky. I'm looking in these cameras like, hold on now. Listen, not the little. That's why I don't work on my arms, because I feel like I have a natural cut of muscle, and it just look crazy every time, because I just feel like I shouldn't be swole like this. Anyway, sorry, y'all. That's the ADHD popping in. Y'all know it. That's why I be trying to stay on schedule. But I think it's really important to start having boundaries. Again, start with a list. I literally just did it in my phone notes. And I think one of my first boundaries was like something along the lines of, don't allow people to make you feel small. And that was one of the very first things. So when I start to feel that feeling, because I knew what the feeling felt like when people like kind of, tried to make me small or make me feel like I was stupid when I was saying something. My rule was to not allow that to happen. And if it did happen, then I need to express the boundaries. Because that's the one thing that a lot of people don't realize. They say, oh, I'm going to have boundaries. But you never tell nobody you have a boundary. So it's like, how can a person respect your boundaries or even honor or know that you have boundaries without you ever having that conversation? And it's definitely important to have that conversation, because you'll get some people that you start acting differently, and then they're looking at you like, well, what the fuck is going on with this bitch? And they're confused. And that's not to say that they're right and you're wrong, but people can't read your minds. People can't see what you're thinking. So you have to be an adult and express that. You have to be able to put that out there and have that conversation, because yes, I'm all for changing and being whimsical and changing your life every single day. But you gotta let people know that you're interacting with on a regular that, hey, I've now set a boundary in my life and I don't like when this happens, or I don't like when you do this and how it makes me. You have to express it. So get you some boundaries. Some things that I would like to talk about as far as where you see boundaries get, where they're either not present or you need to kind of instill some work. Offer it work. I have to talk about work boundaries because I was a person who had no work boundaries. My work ethic, if you haven't been able to tell at this point, is strong. So even when I go get a job, when I go to an interview, when I show up, when I go to work on the day-to-day, I am going to show up as my best self. I'm giving you my all. I'm doing everything that you need me to do all the time. That shit not flying. That shit not flying these days. And I know people are like, well, you're going to get written up or you're going to get fired. If I show up and do the best that I can every single day, and you want me to do something that's a little bit extra, or you want to use me and abuse me simply because you know how I am with my work ethic, now we have to have a discussion, because I'm going to okay, you need me to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, I got you. But if that's not my regular routine or my regular job, and now I'm doing your job and I'm putting two and two together, I'm not doing it. We're going to have a conversation. Hey, I don't mind helping out. I don't mind, being a part of the team. But I don't like when X, Y, like whatever the situation is, we let people run over us so much and wonder why we're so tired. We jump high to the sky for everybody else, but never have that same energy for ourselves. Take a step back and look at your life. Look at how you are in your job. Look at how you are with your kids. Look at how you are with a man. Look at how you are with your friends. I had to even learn that for myself. I gotta step back because I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much, boo. And it's not to hurt the other person, but it's to help you, to keep you safe. Because at what point are you allowing yourself to be depleted, allowing yourself to take things that you know that you really don't want to deal with, and to satisfy somebody else? I'm Confucian. We got to do better. We have to do better, and those boundaries are going to be the first step so that you can stop getting ran through the mud, so that you can stop being treated like trash, so that you can stop being taken advantage of. Especially if you're a good person. Like, that's, people say, oh, why do bad things happen to good people? Because people don't have backbones, because people don't know when to say no, because people don't know how to communicate that they don't like whatever the situation is or whatever the person did. Speak up. Express yourself. Tell people how you feel. Instill rules into your life. Again, when we grew up, we were told we had to do this, we had to do that, we had to do this, and we weren't allowed to do that. It's your life now. Parents, out the way. How do you want your life to look? How do you want people to treat you? And that's another thing when it comes to instilling those boundaries in your life and really having a backbone and saying, hey, I don't really roll with that. I'm gonna tell you, please, could you not put me in that situation again? Could you not make me feel like that again? If a person say, okay, I understand, and they do it again, goodbye. It's time to move on. It's time to go ahead. I'm only gonna give so many chances, and that's another thing. Chad, I give a motherfucker 1,010 chances. But again, because I don't have boundaries and I don't have boundaries that I'm standing on, I'm not instilling them in my day-to-day. You are going to live the same life with people running all over you and you feeling depleted of energy because you're living a life that is not aligned with the person that you are trying to be. It's not aligned with the things that you are thinking in your head, because a person could do something to you and you don't like it, and now you're having this mental battle back and forth in your head, and now you're depleting yourself of energy from mentally exhausting yourself for thinking, okay, well, I don't like this, but I'm not gonna say nothing, because you going down a whole rabbit hole. You going back and forth with yourself when you need to be having that conversation with the person who just made you feel some type of way. But no, you don't want to upset them. No, you don't want to have that conversation because it's going to cause friction. But put yourself in a frenzy mentally? No. No. It sounds crazy when you say it out loud. When you really sit back and think about it, it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. I am reading the comments now, y'all. I would like what you're saying. Send me a DM. Anybody that's on my live right now and that's talking to me, I'm not really paying attention because I'm trying to just focus on recording the podcast. I am going to try to start going live a little bit more on TikTok. But send me a DM, please, because I'm interested as well. So would love that. Love that for you. And love that for me. But yes, we got to instill those boundaries, y'all, because I've learned the hard way. So take it from me. Don't let people walk all over you. Don't allow people to get away. And I even had to learn it with friends too. Like, and Kenya would be the one to tell y'all, you call my phone, you send me a text, I'm picking up, I'm answering, I'm always there, I'm showing up. You invite me to an event, I'm there. Even when I'm depleted of energy, even when I know I need to stay home and do this project or work on this assignment, I'm going, I'm running, I'm jumping, I'm skipping, I'm hopping, because I was taught to always be there. I was taught to always be there for everybody. I used to say all the time, even with exes, even with people that I was talking to, I'm always going to be here for you. I'm not. I'm not. I'm sorry, boo. I'm not. Because I don't have to subject myself to your issues or even to being in whatever it is that you desire me to be in if I don't have the capacity. I had to start really analyzing and paying attention to what I was saying yes to prematurely, not knowing if I even had the capacity to deal with it. Friendships, relationships, I'm tolerating something and I know damn well I don't like this. No, it's time. It's time, y'all. It is time to start instilling those boundaries. I say create your list, even if you want to write them down on paper, do whatever. It could be, you could think 2 to 3, like the way that I started. I think I was currently in a relationship when I started the list, or I either had just got there, I don't know, but it was a time where I was like, okay, bitch, listen, it's only so much I'm about to keep dealing with. And I started writing it, and I think when situations occurred, I would be like, oh, okay, I don't like this. And I would have that conversation with myself, and I would be like, nope, let me write it down. And I typed it up in my phone. And then when the opportunity came to have the conversation with said person that I'm setting a boundary with, that's that. And one boundary setting relationship that I encourage everybody to do is with your family. My family, I know they be like, this bitch, they get on my nerves. I'm not doing nothing that I don't want to do. If I'm over and y'all say, oh, could you do? No, I don't want to do it. And it's not a disrespect thing, because again, these are your rules. Your mom, your dad, your aunt, your cousin, whoever raised you can't boss you around no more, boo. If you don't want to, then don't do it. And it's not to be evil and it's not to be spiteful, but the reality of it is, if you don't have the capacity to do whatever it is that they need you to do, don't do it. You pushing yourself beyond what you can tolerate, what you can deal with, for somebody else to be happy, for somebody else to get out of going to the store and getting what they need. No, go your fucking self. Go. Like, I'm just the messenger, you know. That's all I can say. But that's how I feel about boundaries. They're very important. You need them. There's literally like, and I start to shift my boundaries to really calling them non-negotiables. And you can call them what you want. They the same things. But when I framed it as a non-negotiable, because I ain't gonna lie, when I first made that list of boundaries and I started basing it upon like more relationship based, I turned around and looked back. I said, I'm breaking all these fucking rules. I'm breaking all the boundaries. I'm not really doing a good job. So then I said, okay, well, let me reframe it and say like non-negotiables. Because I even have like non-negotiables when it comes to dating, when it comes to friendship, when it comes to work. Non-negotiables. I'm sorry, I can't do that. Like, I got stuff to do. Or sorry, I don't like the way this conversation just went. So let's not have any more conversations ever again. It's the non-negotiable of mine. Call it what you want. Boundary, standard, non-negotiable. It's the same goddamn thing. Set them into your place. Let them be what they gonna be. Because they're required. They're needed. Like, if you really feel like people around you are draining your energy and you feel like you can't even speak up for yourself, or even if you speak up for yourself on a regular basis and all that shit goes in one ear and out the other, and you're still living the life that you're trying to figure out how you ended up in, it's time for you to do some moving of the pieces. It's time for you to remove yourself from out of that situation. Remove yourself out of that relationship. Remove yourself out of that environment because it's not serving you. And I'm a firm believer in when you continuously live in a space, in environments, in energy that you're not meant to be in, your life is going to feel miserable. That's why you're depressed. That's why you're anxious. That's why you're angry. Because you're doing stuff that you're not supposed to, that don't feel good. When things don't feel good inside, nothing is right. Nothing's going the way that it should be going. You're veering off on the plan that God has for you because you're tolerating Tyrone and his ain't shit ass. Come on. Come on. I know I'm talking to somebody. Come on, be for real. You're literally stopping yourself from reaching the best version of yourself. You're stopping yourself from being in alignment with the things that God has for you, that the things that you see fit for your life to be. You have this image in your mind, you have these goals, you have these dreams, and you're trying to figure out why you're not getting to them because you're doing all this shit that's not in alignment for your life that you're trying to get to. Now you wonder why. Because those relationships, that friendship, that energy that you're in is draining you. And that energy that you're being drained of, you should be putting into whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. But it's not going to happen until you set those boundaries. And one thing I will say, any person that feels like, oh, you acting different, oh, now you got rules, now you got, yes, I do, motherfucker. And I have them for people like you, because now that I have them, you can't use and abuse me like you used to. And now I'm acting funny. Now I'm acting different. No, motherfucker, I got brain cells now. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. So, like, you'll see. Having boundaries are scary at first because you feel like, oh, well, what if this person leave me? Oh, what if we don't work out? Then you don't work out. And let's be for real, you never was supposed to work out. That's why so much friction happening. Let it go. We have to learn how to let shit go. Like, if a person is not for you, if a job is not for you, if a friendship is not for you, it's going to be shown. It's going to get revealed. You have to be willing enough to say, you know what? I set the boundary. I put it into place. This person didn't work out. Move on to the next. We cling on to things as if they're supposed to stay with us for forever, with people that's supposed to stay with us forever. No. If it's not meant to be, it won't be. If it's meant to be, that person will stay. But breaking your rules, breaking your back, breaking your insanity, like your mind, for what? I used to go crazy about it, nigga. Go crazy. I ain't talked to that motherfucker in years. And I am A-okay. But in the moment, I thought, oh my gosh, I had to just tolerate. I had to deal with it. What Chris Brown say, look at me now. Look at me now. Yeah. Go get y'all some boundaries. I ain't gonna fester in the topic because y'all know we still be having other stuff to talk about in the podcast. But I felt like this was a great conversation. I feel like this was something that I would have loved to have a guest on. But when Kenya wasn't able to show up today, I was like, well, I gotta record today. So it's just gonna be a solo one. I'm gonna find a better one for her to have a conversation about. But I love this one. Y'all know how I feel. I say it at the end of every episode. I love this episode. This is my favorite episode. Every episode is my favorite episode, y'all. I don't care. All right, so now we're gonna get into the second segment. I'm gonna take a sip of my water because my throat was dry. All that freaking bumping of the gums, throat be dry. So the second segment, we switch up the second segment every week because I be trying to see, rotate them out. Which one I like the most, I don't know yet, to stick. That first one always gonna come. Align and reflect always gonna be there. So for this week's second segment, I'm going to do unlearning of the week. So this is where we basically name something that we're unlearning for the week. So for me, I've learned to unlearn, to stop taking people's shit to heart. And what I mean by people's shit is how people feel, how people respond, how people act, how people have conversations, how people engage. I'm not taking that shit personal no more. Whatever your life is, whatever the way that you feel in a situation, of course I'm gonna acknowledge it, especially if it's something to do with me in a relationship wise, like if it's a friendship, if it's a relationship, if it's a partnership in business. If you feel a certain type of way, I can't take that shit personal. I can't feel like, oh, you're only acting like that because that's how you feel. I hear you, I understand you, I value your decision and your response. Let's move on. I can't keep festering into what people do, why they do it. And I encourage anybody, if you're a person who's kind of like in a sense of empath, like an empath, I need you to let that shit go. Unlearn that other people's shit has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. If that's how they see their life to be, if that's what they want to feel, let them stand on that feeling and move on. I can't keep thinking about why he did this, why she did that, and why she acting like that. Go ahead. Do what you do. Do what you do. But this is my life. That's your life. And you have every right to feel how you feel just as much as I have every right to feel how I feel. Let's just leave it at that. That's what I'm unlearning. Somebody said something in the TikTok chat. I'm learning to unlearn that I don't need to garden every second of the day since I now have CHS. Okay. Listen. Here we go. I don't even know what CHS is, y'all, but I'm glad you had to unlearn something. You had to learn to unlearn it. I am all for unlearning things because we swore up and down we were taught to do these things and they were supposed to happen. That's, what, maybe I love when I have a great idea. That's what me and Kenya conversation gonna be. Learning to unlearn. Sorry y'all on audio because now I'm typing. Yeah, that's what me and Kenya episode gonna be tomorrow because I feel like we were taught a lot of things that were supposed to be, this is the way to live, this is the way that you're supposed to do, and a lot of that shit ain't real. But it's severe nausea from smoking too much. Oh yeah, child, I don't. Well, I'm glad that you are learning to unlearn that because it's time to unlearn some things that we thought were cool. For my visual people, I got my Start Becoming More workbook because y'all know it's time to advertise the things that I am doing. I created a book, y'all, and I'm a writer. I'm an author, if y'all don't know, at heart. But I created a journal, workbook, whatever you want to call it. But it is actually linked in my TikTok. I believe it's linked in my TikTok live that I'm on right now. But it is literally a journal for you to write out how your life is going to change. How you're going to start becoming more, whether it's more disciplined, whether it's more consistent, whether it's more honest, whatever it is that you are trying to strive for more of. This is gonna help you. It's gonna give you some opportunities to reflect, like, oh, I want to be able to achieve this. Well, let's look at how you're living right now. That's off rip. The first page, I'm gonna read it to you because I actually have mine written in here because this is my personal one. So the first question is, what parts of your life feel off? So for me, I put that I normally feel like I should be doing more, right? But it's not that I'm not doing enough, but I feel like I could be doing more. So that's the part of my life personally right now that I feel like, is a little off. And then this, the second one says, in what areas do you feel stuck or feel like you're going in circles? For me, I feel like I'm in the constant battle with myself of feeling like, okay, I could be doing this. I'm executing on this idea, but I could be doing this idea. And I know that a lot of that sometimes be a trauma response because I feel like I have to go and do all of the things, but peace, ease, right? So I'm reflecting on the pieces of me of who I currently am. And that is what you would do in this as well. Another part that I really like is deepening your self-aware. So it literally looks like this. I haven't gotten this far in the book yet. I just bought one on TikTok Shop. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I will be shipping out orders on, what's today, Wednesday. I'll be shipping out orders on Friday. So if you are listening to this on Thursday, podcast audio people, and if you're on TikTok live, I will be shipping orders out on Friday. Deepening your self-awareness. So I basically give journal prompts so that you can actually see what your self-awareness is looking like. So this one says, what would my life look like if I stopped self-sabotaging? When I wrote this question in here, y'all, this was for me and me personally. If I stopped procrastinating, shrinking myself, or doubting myself, what would change? Like, what could become possible? And for me, I'm a former. Y'all already know I'll be trying not to identify with stuff that I ain't trying to be. I was a former self-sabotager. If things felt too good, if it didn't have a little toxicity in it, I'm self-sabotaging. This seems too good to be true. No, you're deserving of good things. You deserve it. You deserve great things. So this is what the book looks like. It's literally, I think it's like 50 to 60 pages or something like that. And then you even have like a section where you could just do like your regular reflection notes, journaling. Get you one of those. Is linked in my live right now on TikTok, and all my audio listeners for the podcast, it is linked in the show notes. So go get you one of those. You already know. Loves to help my people out. We changing lives one day at a time. All right, the last segment, we are going to exit the podcast talking about one thing that we are practicing this week. So obviously the people who are on live right now, y'all can answer it. But the people who are listening to this, obviously it's Thursday or whenever you're listening to it, because maybe not everybody listens soon as it drops. But choose one thing that you're going to practice this week. It's just an aligned habit that you're going to practice. For me, it's going to be reading more. I grabbed a new ebook off of one of my fellow content creators on TikTok. I'm actually going to make sure I post his post in my story on TikTok so y'all can see it tonight. So I'm trying to finish that tonight. And then I'm just trying to really read more books because I'm in a space now where I'm about to start writing my second book. So for me, I feel like in order for me to write, I have to be inspired by other creators, other writers. So that is my aligned habit that I am choosing to indulge in a little bit more. I'm going to be reading. That's probably what I'm going to do all weekend. I'm going to try to read at least, I'm trying to finish at least 2 of my books that I'm reading right now. Because I read books, I read like 4 or 5 books at a time, and I know it may not be the best of things, but that's just what works for me because I have like some self-help books. I have some books that I wrote. I have, mystery books. I have some little ghetto books, got to keep the imagination running wild. So that's my one aligned habit that I am choosing, reading more. And I encourage everybody to read. But that's all I got for y'all. I'm super excited for everything that's happening. I'm super excited to be able to keep showing up, to keep pouring into all of y'all, all the cameras that's in front of me, the audio, everybody. So I can't wait for y'all to see what's coming up next because there's a lot coming up next. If you are on the audio, make sure that you leave a rating and review because, of course, without your rating and reviews, more people won't be privy to what's happening around here. Send it to you already know, send it to your mother, your cousin, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your auntie, whoever. Send it to somebody. Send this particular episode about boundaries to whoever you need to send it to, because it's a conversation that needed to be had on Open Spaces, and now we've talked about it. So I will see y'all next time. Bye. Love ya.